Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about drinking and driving and field sobriety tests. If they're voluntary, if they're not, what happens if you do them, what happens if you don't in most cases. Now first off, little disclaimer here. I am not an attorney. I've never practiced to be an attorney. This is not legal counsel. I would not take the advice of anyone, especially some random dude like me on the internet. Before you take anyone's word for it, reach out to your local attorney that practices in your state to verify this information. Now, I am by no means condoning drinking and driving. I actually lost a really close friend of mine, Eric Johnson, that I went to grade school with all the way through high school. We were really good buddies. And we were at a high school house party one time. We had a lot to drink. He probably did some other substances, I feel. And he was trying to race to the gas station before 2 a.m., which is when they stopped serving alcohol in Washington. He rolled his Jeep into a tree, instantly killing himself. So again, I'm not condoning drinking and driving at all. I just want people to know their rights. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, especially Code Blue Cam and a lot of these DUI arrests, and it just blows me away of how many people don't know their rights and get themselves into pretty big pickles with drinking and driving. So I hope this video helps. So I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible. I have a personal friend of mine who is a DUI attorney, and I've talked to him numerous times regarding this topic, and he always stresses about the Miranda rights, right? When you're arrested and they put you in handcuffs, what they read is you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to put it on the screen here. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Now, what you have to first realize is even before you're arrested, you have these rights. Again, before you're arrested, you have these rights. If you speak, anything you say can and will be used against you. Police are not your buddy, they're not your friend, they're law enforcement officers. So if they ask you questions and you voluntarily answer them, they're going to be using that in their police report against you. Now, the one thing you have to provide legally to law enforcement officers upon request is a driver's license, proof of insurance, and vehicle registration. You can just roll down your window, maybe half an inch, slip those out to them, but legally that's all you have to provide. So moving forward, if you're pulled over for suspicion of DUI, remember, you have the right to remain silent. Just provide out the window what you need to provide. They might want to make small chit chat, just say, you know, sir, I would like to remain silent. They might get in a little scuffle. Just remember to always be calm, respectful, and polite and say, sir, I don't answer any questions without an attorney present. What you have to realize is police legally need probable cause in order to arrest somebody. So if you're pulled over for suspicion of DUI and they ask you, hey, do you mind stepping out of the car to do some field sobriety tests, and you voluntarily come out to do them and say, yeah, sure, because you don't know your rights, all you're doing by doing these tests is giving the police probable cause to arrest you. So if you're walking the line, counting the ABCs, trying to touch your nose, doing the field sobriety test blow thing that they give you, you're just giving them evidence to have probable cause to arrest you. So a lot of people wonder, if you refuse the field sobriety test, will I get arrested? Maybe, maybe not. If you do, just go voluntarily, don't put up a struggle. Remember to remain silent. The thing is, when you go to the police station, you legally have to provide either a blood or a breath sample for alcohol at the station. You don't have to do one on the street or do any of those tests. But if they arrest you, take you into the station, you legally have to provide that sample. So what a lot of people don't realize is if you refuse the field sobriety test and they arrest you and you go to the station and provide a breath sample or a blood sample, and let's say you're 5 times the legal limit. So yeah, you are indeed drunk. Well, the police didn't have originally probable cause to arrest you. So even though you're legally drunk and over the limit, the police were in violation by not having probable cause to arrest you because they didn't gather those field sobriety tests. You didn't do those field sobriety tests. So it might sound like you're going to get a DUI anyways, but when this goes to trial, if you get a DUI attorney, which I really recommend you doing, they'll tell the judge, hey, these police were in violation. They didn't have probable cause to arrest my client. Therefore, this should get knocked down. I actually have 2 or 3 friends that followed this that had a little bit too much to drink, more than they should have. They got pulled over. They refused the field sobriety test. They got brought into the station. They blew over the legal limit. And it got knocked down to a negligent driving, from a DUI to a negligent, which is a lot better. You don't have to go to classes, the ticket's less, everything is less. So remember that. But on the flip side, if you got pulled over for DUI and you said, they ask you, hey, have you been drinking anything? And you just wanted the chit chat because you knew you don't have the right to remain silent. And you're like, yeah, I just left the bar, I've had a couple drinks. They're gonna put that in their police report.
Listen, Kayla, I'm gonna ask you this, okay? How much have you had to drink tonight?
I've had 2 beers.
2 beers.
Then they ask you, hey, do you mind stepping out to do some tests? You step out, do all the tests, maybe fail some, maybe don't. Now they have probable cause to arrest you. Then they arrest you, bring you into the station, you blow at the station. Now you've blown that you're over the legal limit or whatever to show you actually are drunk. Now the police have probable cause to arrest you, and they arrested you. Now they're in legal compliance for the DUI. Now a lot of people bring up that they do 2 breathalyzers. They do one on the street, field sobriety test, and then they do one at the station. The one on the street, the field sobriety test, is again just ways to get probable cause to arrest you. It's the breathalyzer, the blood sample at the police station that holds up in court. So I hope you found this video informative. Remember, you have the right to remain silent. Don't say anything. Be polite, be respectful, be calm, provide them with your license, insurance, registration, everything you legally need to do, but you don't need to do anything else. By doing those field sobriety tests, you're just digging yourself a grave. So hope you found this video informative, and I'd love to hear your input in the comments below. See you in the next video.